Join me on a randomized adventure filled with all kinds of unexpected twists and turns. Oh yeah, and if any Pokemon faint, they are banished off the team. So, let's get to it. We are on the home stretch. All that's left to do is to go take on the final battles for the different storylines, and to face the Elite Four. And since I have a few tough battles coming up, I need to have a few Pokemon in the reserves, in case anyone faints while I'm in a untimely location. It doesn't take too long, and I come across a wild Hoopa. So, I catch it. While out exploring, I also decide to pick up a Toedscruel for the backup team. I find a wild Charizard, and it's always nice to have a fire type. But then I remember, oh wait, I can't use Charizard because I had a Charmeleon that fainted already. So I moved it to the graveyard box. I find a wild Iron Moth and catch it instead.
Outstanding!
Time to go take on my first story boss of the game. That being Arven. Arven leads off with a Great Tusk. I use Stoner to hit it with a Draining Kiss. I go for a second hit, and Great Tusk earthquakes Stoner off the team. So, I send out Pikachu. One play rough is all it took to finish it off. Arven's next Pokemon out is a Primal Form Dialga. I hit it with play rough and quickly swap out when it does almost nothing. Out comes Space Horse. I Dragon Breath Dialga 2 times. Next out is Tauros. Mewtwo hits it with the Confusion, and it decides to take itself out with recoil damage.
Nice shot!
Meowth comes out next, and I use Zamazenta to take it down fast. Arven throws out a Typhlosion, and Space Horse hits it with a single Water Pulse, leaving a Greedent as his ace Pokemon. Lucky for me, I have no fighting type moves, so I send out Cresselia to take it on. I use Psycho Cut, and it does almost nothing. So I use Moonlight to get some health back, and I go for an Aurora Beam. Yeah, this isn't working out. So I swap to Pikachu. We use Sync and put it to sleep. Then I go for Play Rough 3 times. That's Arven down. Not gonna lie, that was pretty rough. On my way to the school to take down the director and Penny, I come across a wild Rillaboom. So, I add it to the backup team. Time to take on the director. Clavel leads off with the Flapple. One Aurora Beam later,
And it's gone.
out next is a Drifblim. So, I send in Zamazenta and go for a bite, but it uses Explosion and takes itself out. Clavel sends out a Float Soul, so we swap in Toadskrull. I Seed Bomb it 2 times. That's all it took. Glimmet comes out, and yeah, Mewtwo takes it down super fast. Weavile's out next, and I introduce it to 2 ancient powers from Mewtwo, leaving only his ace Pokemon, a Charcadet. What? You guessed it. Space Horse destroys it with a single Water Pulse. That's the director down. Time to take on Penny. She leads off with a Cleavor. So, I hit it with Psycho Cut a couple times to take it down. Skunk Tank is thrown out, and I send in Pikachu, but it uses Memento and takes itself out. Out comes Revavroom, and Toadskrull one-shots it with a single Earth power.
And it's gone.
Penny throws out a Jolteon? Yeah, it doesn't stand a chance against Earth power. Dragalge comes out, and Pikachu smacks it with a single play rough. Except, it was a Zoroark. So, out comes Dragalge, for real this time, as her ace Pokemon. It terrestrializes, and Pikachu destroys it with only 2 play roughs. Those battles went way better than the first one against Arven. So, I heal up my team, and I set off for the final story arc against the Elite Four. Along the way, I find a super cool Lucario, just hanging out. If you have an awesome name for it, leave it for me in the comment section below. And this is where I'll pick up next time, when I face the Elite Four and take on the final chapter of the game. If you enjoyed this episode, leave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Catch you next time!